Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Andy, and the prime directive of my life is to increase the quality of my consciousness and to help others do the same. And I wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes today about a super important topic, if not one of the most important topics that I've talked about so far in any of my videos. And it's come to me today through several different things, starting from basically when I woke up, and then like 3 or 4 things happened today, and it was all the same message all at the same time, and then like tying it all together for today's video. I was just asking my wife, what should I talk about? What should I talk about? And then as soon as it was 2:21 on the clock, and then as soon as it hit 2:22 on the clock, I got the idea. So it was like instantly beamed into my head. But today's topic is about having strong faith. No matter what you're doing, no matter what journey you're on or what path you're on, faith is the underlying. It's like the base foundation for everything. Especially if you're trying to set big, lofty goals or trying to become a better version of yourself. To be a high performer in your field of expertise, or your profession or your job, whatever the case is, the having faith, an unshakable faith, is the key foundation that solidifies everything else that you need to accomplish whatever goal that you're trying to achieve. For instance, if you're trying to set lofty goals and you're going after those, inevitably you're going to have, especially if we're talking 10 or 15 year goals, maybe even longer term than that, we're talking about you're going to need to, it's going to be a slow start to these types of things. You're going to have setbacks. There's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be tests along the way that inevitably, without a strong and unshakable faith, they're going to just knock you off, and they're going to throw you off the course. So let's say that you might have some sort of interest for building a specific business, or switching careers into a field that feels more aligned with who you are on the inside, who the best version of you is, what kind of careers and jobs do those people focus on for someone who has a life purpose like the one that you may have cultivated, or the ideas for a life or a version of your life that you would like to start living. Inevitably, it's going to take some time, but it starts with having faith that if that's truly your path, if that's truly what you want, right? And it's an interesting. There's an interesting dynamic between the path that is for us in life, and then the things that we truly want, that we feel will make us happy. For a lot of people, those things aren't always, one and the same. And I feel like that is why you find people who, might be really inspirational and motivational when you listen to them or focus in on some of the work that they do. And then maybe on the other side of things, maybe they're not. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. The baby woke up, and now I'm thinking about the baby. And my wife has the baby in the kitchen, and I don't want her to feel like she has to be quiet or keep the baby quiet while I'm trying to record. Because again, I want this to be authentic and genuine. So I wanted to get that out of the way. And so you can hear that as well, babe, that you don't have to worry about being quiet or keeping her quiet or throwing me off. Yeah, I love you. It's okay. She ran out of the room. to go get the baby when she was crying. Now, granted, the toddler was sleeping in there for his nap time too, so there's a sense of urgency to get him his nap time as well, and she doesn't sleep nearly as long for hers. But anyways, that was on my mind just now, and it pulled me from what I was thinking about regarding faith. Oh, I got it. The balance between the path or the journey that's laid out for us, or like the purpose that we feel like we've been put on this planet for, and then like what we truly want in life. When you find people who are just chasing after the things that they just really want in life, and sometimes it might make them happy, but a lot of the times, if it's not aligned with their purpose, they're gonna find themselves achieving success or accomplishing the goals of whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish, and they still have like this void or this sense of emptiness that they have going on inside of them, and it's because it's not aligned with their purpose. And all of these things that I'm talking about regarding being someone who is chasing after all of the material success in the world, but is not truly aligned with their purpose, all of that stems from having faith in that we are actually here for a specific reason, and for a specific purpose on this planet. And that once you understand what that reasoning is, and having faith, again, it's all about faith, right? Having faith that your intuition and the signs that you've been receiving from the universe and from God are genuine, and they're leading you down the right path, whether that be, again, starting a new job in a different career field, finally starting your business, or leaving your relationship, starting a new relationship. These are all things that are all rooted in faith, all rooted in that, you don't necessarily know what the outcome is going to be, but you're trusting the process. You're trusting that regardless of what you're going through, or whatever obstacles that might come your way, you're trusting and having faith that it's all happening for a reason. Excuse me. Get a drink. Maybe that'll help. Maybe it's the way I'm sitting. Excuse me. But yeah, having really strong faith is the key component for everything that you want to do with your life. And that doesn't, people hear the word faith, especially here in America. When people hear the word faith, especially, I'm only knowing this because from personal experience, having been on the side of people who hear the word faith and immediately think about religion. And I don't necessarily think that one has to necessarily do with the other. I'm not talking about religion here. I'm not talking about having a faith in Jesus Christ, and all this other stuff. And it has really nothing to do with religion. Having really strong faith is what allows us to go through the really dark storms in our lives and still be able to see the sunshine on the other side. Having faith is being able to go into the dark unknowns of our lives, which is everything outside of our comfort zone, right? Business, career, relationships, health. We don't know what's on the outside of our comfort zone. We only know what's in our comfort zone, right? And so when we step outside of that, we're entering the dark unknowns, right? And having strong faith is what allows us to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so we're in about 10 minutes here. I don't want to keep this video too long. I really just want you guys to understand that if you're setting goals that you feel are aligned with the best version of yourself, or the version of yourself for this next chapter of your life that you're about to embark on, or let's say you're in the middle of and you want to either take it up a notch, or you're getting ready to end this chapter and move on to the next one, you have to have the faith, right? You have to understand that if you don't have an unshakable faith with what you're doing, and trusting that the ups and the downs are all part of the process, I'm not going to keep rambling. Like I said, the video is like 10 minutes long, and I wanted to keep this one short and sweet. This one's about faith. Maintain the faith. Doesn't matter what it's in. It could be in God, it could be in universe. Maybe it is Jesus Christ for you. It doesn't matter. Buddha. It doesn't make a difference, really. Maintaining faith in the process, maintaining faith, especially when things are tough, right? When the bills aren't really paid, knowing that it's going to be okay. And the faith is what allows you to go through the storms again, knowing that as long as you stick it out, you'll get through on the other side, and there will be sunshine again. The faith is really what powers everything. And again, this message just came to me earlier. Multiple incidents were like, boom, maintain your faith, boom, maintain your faith, boom, maintain your faith. And then today I'm asking about what video topic I should talk about, because it's been a few days. My birthday was over the weekend, so today was awesome. Today's video just, like I said, just spawned, and it's important. It's, like I said, probably the most important. If you want to set your you want to set and accomplish goals, you want to build your new habits, you want to become the best version of yourself, you want to start that new diet, you want to start your business, well, you need to have faith if you want to see it through to the end. If you want to see yourself as successful, whatever that might be for you, you have to have faith and trust. And without that, you got nothing. So that's it, man. If you got this far, I really appreciate it. Let me know what you guys thought about today's video down below. Hit like if you can. I'm curious to know what's your thoughts on faith. What are your takes on faith? What does faith mean to you? You know, how has faith impacted your life? What are some situations that you've been through in your life that were really, really difficult, where you felt like you wanted to give up, but something allowed you to push through? And how much of that situation was faith in yourself, or faith in something bigger than yourself, that allowed you to push through, right? I'd love to hear about it. So let me know below. Hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Share this with a friend who needs a little bit of faith in their life, right? Maybe they're not trusting the process. Maybe they're all doom and gloom. Maybe they have had a string or a series of unfortunate events happen in their life, and they are in the middle of their storm and they can't see their way out. Maybe send this to them. Maybe they need a little faith. I'm sending you guys some love today. I appreciate it. If you did make it this far, like I said, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.